Welcome to Divine Earth Africa. Today we're taking you on a journey. A journey to a land many thought was down and out, but is now rising like a phoenix from the ashes. That's right, my friends, we're talking about Burkina Faso. Now you might be thinking, Burkina Faso, what's so special about them? Well, let me tell you, under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traoré, this West African nation isn't just talking the talk, they're walking the walk. Forget fancy speeches and empty promises, we're talking about real tangible projects that are changing the lives of everyday people. And the best part? It's got the West sweating bullets. Today, we're diving deep into 10 of these game-changing projects, from agriculture to healthcare, from education to defense. We're talking about a nation taking its destiny into its own hands, and trust me, the rest of Africa and the world are watching. So buckle up, because we're about to dive into the bold projects of Burkina Faso. Like, share, and subscribe to learn more about African development. You want to talk about people power? Captain Traoré put out a call, not for soldiers, not for mercenaries, but for volunteers. 1 million strong. And the people answered. See, these weren't just any volunteers. These were everyday people. Farmers, teachers, mothers, brothers, all saying, "We're taking our country back." Imagine that. 1 million people united by a single vision. They're building schools, digging wells, planting crops, and yes, even defending their land. This isn't just about development, it's about reclaiming their dignity, their self-reliance. It's about showing the world that Burkina Faso will rise again, and they'll do it together. Remember when the West said, Africa can't manufacture, they can't innovate? Well, Burkina Faso is throwing those words right back in their faces. Under Traoré's leadership, they're not just buying weapons, they're building them. This isn't just about guns and ammunition, it's about building a local industry, creating jobs, and most importantly, taking control of their own security. No more begging at the table of foreign powers, Burkina Faso is charting its own course, and that, my friends, is what scares the powers that be more than anything else. For too long, foreign aid has been a band-aid on a bullet wound, keeping African nations dependent and on their knees. But Burkina Faso is saying no more. They're investing in their farmers, providing them with the tools, the seeds, and the support they need to reclaim their rightful place as the breadbasket of Africa. Imagine villages that were once reliant on handouts, now overflowing with fresh produce. Imagine children who went to bed hungry, now with full bellies and smiles on their faces. This is about food security, it's about economic empowerment, and it's about restoring the dignity of the African farmer. Chapter 5. Healthcare for all. A radical idea. In many parts of the world, healthcare is seen as a privilege, not a right. But in Burkina Faso, they're challenging this notion. They're establishing free clinics in villages nationwide, ensuring that everyone, from the youngest child to the eldest member of the community, has access to quality healthcare. No longer should a mother have to choose between food and medicine for her child. No longer should the elderly be left to suffer without proper care. This is about compassion, social justice, and affirming that every life in Burkina Faso matters. Gold for the nation, not for foreign pockets. For years, the gold beneath Burkina Faso's soil has been exploited by foreign corporations, leaving behind nothing but dust and despair. But Captain Traoré declares, those days are over. He's reclaiming control of the gold mines, ensuring that the wealth stays in Burkina Faso, benefiting the people, not enriching some CEO in a distant land. Picture those golden riches being used to build schools, hospitals, and roads. Imagine the lives that could be transformed when the resources of a nation are used to uplift its people. This is about economic justice, it's about national sovereignty, and it's about time. Connecting the nation, bridging the gap. Development doesn't just happen in the cities, it needs to reach every corner of the nation. That's why Burkina Faso is investing heavily in rural infrastructure. Roads are being paved, connecting remote villages to markets and opportunities. Water systems are being built, bringing life-giving water to communities that have thirsted for too long. And electricity is finally reaching those who have lived in darkness, illuminating homes and fueling dreams. This is about inclusivity, it's about progress, and it's about ensuring that no one is left behind. Access to credit is the lifeblood of any economy, but for too long, the doors of big banks have been closed to the small farmers and entrepreneurs of Burkina Faso. But now things are changing. They're establishing local banks, providing microloans and financial services to those who need it most, empowering them to build their businesses and support their families. No more predatory interest rates, no more being trapped in a cycle of debt. This is about financial inclusion, it's about economic empowerment, and it's about giving everyone a fair shot at success. Captain Traoré understands that the true wealth of a nation lies not in its natural resources, but in the minds of its people. That's why Burkina Faso is investing heavily in education and vocational training. New schools are being built, equipped with modern facilities and staffed with dedicated teachers. They're not just teaching children how to read and write, they're teaching them critical thinking, problem solving, and the skills they need to thrive in the 21st century. This is about investing in the future, it's about unlocking the potential of every child, and it's about building a Burkina Faso that is ready to lead. 9. Burkina Faso's youth are not just the future, they are the present. They are the ones driving this movement, demanding change, and building a better tomorrow. Captain Traoré recognizes this, and he's empowering them to take their rightful place as leaders. From youth councils to mentorship programs, they are creating opportunities for young people to have a voice, to contribute their ideas, and to shape the destiny of their nation. This is about intergenerational dialogue, it's about harnessing the energy and idealism of youth, and it's about ensuring that Burkina Faso's future is bright. Burkina Faso understands the power of unity and collaboration. They've partnered with Mali and Niger to create the Alliance of Sahel States, or AES. This alliance goes beyond military cooperation. It's a bond of brotherhood, a pledge for mutual prosperity, and a united stance against exploitation. They've distanced themselves from the West African bloc, ECOWAS, opting for self-determination over neo-colonial influences. The AES focuses on pooling resources, sharing expertise, and standing united against the challenges of the Sahel. This is about Pan-African solidarity, regional integration, and sending a powerful message to the world that Africa is united and resilient. What's unfolding in Burkina Faso transcends mere development projects. It's a beacon of hope, not just for the Sahel, but for the entire African continent. It's a testament to what can be achieved when a nation breaks free from the chains of neo-colonialism and charts its own path. From the bustling streets of Dakar to the savannas of Somalia, from the rainforests of the Congo Basin to the rolling hills of South Africa, the message is clear. Africa is awakening. The era of begging for scraps at the table of the powerful is over. The era of taking control of their destinies is now. Burkina Faso is leading the charge, demonstrating to the world that a new Africa is emerging, an Africa that is confident, self-reliant, and determined to claim its rightful place on the global stage. So, there you have it, my friends, the Burkina Faso story. These are not just policies, they are seeds of hope being planted in the soil of a nation determined to rise. It's a story that should inspire us all, a reminder that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges, change is possible. It's a story that should make us question the narratives we've been fed about Africa, the narratives of poverty, conflict, and despair. Burkina Faso is writing a new narrative, a narrative of hope, resilience, and self-belief. And that, my friends, is something worth fighting for. Yo, 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 you see that? That's Burkina Faso out here showing everyone how it's done. They're like, we're tired of this Africa needs saving narrative. We got this. And you know what? They do got this. These aren't just policies, they're straight up power moves. They're kicking out the old way of doing things and saying, hey, we're building a new Africa, an Africa for the people, by the people. It's like watching a friend finally ditch that toxic ex and level up. You can't help but root for them. So next time someone tries to tell you about Africa's problems, you tell them to check out Burkina Faso. They're out here proving that a new day is dawning, and frankly, it's lit. Support the leaders who build for their people. Like, share and subscribe to Divine Earth Africa, where voices like Captain Ibrahim Traoré's are celebrated, and Africa's future is told by us.